Welcome back, team. Today's video is going to be around the topic of spending your cash. So what should you do if you have X amount of cash? Let's say 100,000. This video is going to cover the various techniques you can make that money go further. Alright, let's dive straight in. It's going to be a quick video for you guys, just to get the points out and let you know what the best or what the options are to go ahead with. So the first option is, use your cash pot however much you have. For this example, let's use 100,000 and use that 100,000 to purchase a property. Obviously, it depends on where in the country you are. In London, 100,000 is probably not going to get you anything. But in other places of the country, you could get a couple houses. But 400,000, let's say you spend the entire amount on one property, 100,000 on a property. That's the first option of purchasing a property, getting capital, gains over the next 20 years, getting rental because you own it outright. You got no, mortgage payments, etc. So you're just going to be getting the rental, maybe spending on any maintenance issues, and basically just keeping that money for yourself. Second option is, using your money to leverage finance. And everyone seems to think that debt is a bad thing, and the old generation were all about purchasing and having no debt. But I think in this day and age, with the systems we have, debt is, depending on what debt it is, this is good debt. If the debt makes you money, then it's good debt. Debt, getting a financing a car, that's not the same. If we're getting a good debt on the property, mortgaging it and renting it out, you're still gonna make money. So let's go back to the same example of 100,000. Look, if you got a higher cash pot, multiply it to whatever you have, or if you have lower, likewise, But say we're using an average example or a random example of 100,000, and now we're looking at the same sort of property that we purchased in option 1, which is a house that's 100,000. So if you have 100,000, usually the deposit for a property using mortgages is 25%, so you borrow 75% of the value of the property. Hence, you're able to get 4 houses, so 25% of 100,000 on one house, 25,000 again, 25,000 again, 25,000 again. Now you have 4 properties that are all worth 100,000 under your name. Obviously, there's legal fees, etc. But I'm just doing this for the ease. you're just gonna need maybe a bit more, so you get at least 3 houses. Okay. Now you can rent them out. Pay off the buy-to-let, maybe interest-only mortgage, and you're getting in, cash flow from 3 different properties, as well as getting the capital gains on all 3 properties, which is much better than option 1. But yet again, like option 1, you're restricted to the number of properties you can get. So on option 1, unfortunately, you're only allowed to get, you were able to get 1 property for 100,000. Now with option 2, you're able to get 3 or 4. But it's still, again, all your cash is now expended. You've got 4 houses, but you can't really do much until you save up or work or whatever it is to gain that capital again, where you're able to go, again, go out and purchase another property. And this is where we come on to option 3, which is a bit more hard work, but you can make your money go much further. So say we got 100,000, again, the same example. We want to go and purchase a property, and I've made a video on this. It's called the BRRR model, and I'll put the card up here somewhere. But have a look at that video after this video. But let's go into it again. Sorry, you're purchasing a property that's maybe in poor condition, right? But it can be fixed, or an unmortgageable property, maybe a repossession or something. But it's got a problem that what the problem is, and you can fix it. Right? So, repossessed houses get this a lot. So sometimes the bank repossesses someone's house and they're just really not happy about it. So maybe they rip out the kitchen or rip out the toilet. This makes the property unmortgageable. However, it's quite an easy fix. Just put a toilet in there, put a bathroom, fix a bathroom. So that's one option. With unmortgageable properties, with 100k, if the house was worth 100,000, you're able to purchase it cash. See, with the unmortgageable property, you're unable to, get a mortgage on it, obviously. But so if you have the cash, you're able to buy it, and it sets you aside from, most of the market that might want to use a mortgage. And now you're able to fix it up, spend, X amount, maybe you borrow the money, maybe the property will worth less, whatever it is, You fix it up, you can even get a bridge, you know, whatever it is, fix up the property. Now the 100,000 property that you purchased, and you know, it was unmortgageable, and 100,000 you purchased it, now you fixed it up, it might be worth 200,000. I'm just throwing out numbers here just for the ease of use. And now you're able to pull out 150,000 on refinance, you know, leaving 25%. There, say you spend 30,000 on doing it up and you purchase 100, then you've actually made 20 grand profit refinancing and have a property. So look, that's not as easy. It's easier said than done. Properties like that are, you know, you don't get them every day. However, even if you left, you know, 10,000 in the deal, you know, with obviously a normal mortgage, you would have put 25,000 in. You're still winning. You know, now you can do that 10 more times with leaving 10,000 in the property. You know, and usually with the amount of, you know, rent that you get from the property, you probably pull in that 10,000 out in 2 years, 3 years, maybe 1 year, depending on where it is. So that's another model. It's a bit more harder, you know, not everyone's gonna do it, and you probably won't be told to do this, but look, we wanna do what the masses aren't doing, right? So if this is of interest, you need to put a bit more work in, you know, get a contractor out, do the works. It takes a bit longer, but you can pretty much do this unlimited time. If you're pulling out your money every time, every house deal, you can do that. You can build a portfolio. It's an unlimited amount of portfolio using the same bunch of cash. This is what we like to do, we're currently doing, because I don't like having my capital locked up, you know. For a busy professional, someone that's, you know, working 9 to 5 and can't really deal with, you know, doing this, but there's another, you know, form of income, for that person maybe this is not the right idea, because obviously sometimes you have to manage it. You can't always get a project manager, but you know, it's about building that trust initially. I think at first you want to be there and build that trust yourself, because I've been burnt myself by, you know, trusting the wrong people. But then this might not work as much. But this model, I think in general, is just something that will keep your money, you know, you're working for it, so your money can go much further. 100,000, you can get, you know, 15 houses in 10, 15 years, which is crazy. With 100,000 spent on, you know, option 1 or 2, you're restricted until you build that pot of money up again. So that's something to think about. If that model is of interest to you guys, check out some of my other videos. I've mentioned, you know, flips and BRRR model, and it goes into more detail on what to do and, you know, how to go around it. We're currently doing one as well, so I will release a video about it. It's up in Liverpool, and then tell, you know, the numbers. I'll do a video on the numbers, the before after pictures. I'm just waiting for it to be completely done so I can, you know, give you the whole picture and, you know, catch you along the journey, and document the journey essentially. I have been documenting the journey on my Instagram page, so do check that out. The link is in the you know, the about or the summary of this video. But that's about it. I hope you took value from this. If you did, please like, subscribe, hit that notification button so you keep up to date with all of our videos, and I'll catch you next time.